If a non-Muslim brings you a gift for their holiday, and you don't know who gave you the gift, like you drop it off at your door, what will you do?
As far as the question being, if somebody brings you a gift, a non-Muslim brings you a gift, and they drop it off at the door, and you don't know who brought it to you, then what should you do with it? We need to be extremely careful, Ikhwan, concerning participating in that which is considered from the festivities, or participating in a festivity from the festivities of the kuffar. Shaykh al-Islam ibn Taymiyyah discusses the affair in Kitab Iqtida' Sirat al-Mustaqim, and perhaps again when we discuss the Sayyid ila-Allah wa Dar al-Akhirah, Shaykh Sa'di will mention something concerning that. But the origin is, Ikhwan, that the affair of resembling the kuffar, from the biggest arenas that the Muslim may fall into, is resembling the kuffar in relation to their festivities. And that is that we are far from and refrain from entering into the festivities of the kuffar. We refrain from entering into joining their celebration. We refrain from eating the food that was made as a part of the celebration. We refrain from exchanging gifts and from accepting their gifts. Because what is it, Ikhwan, that we are participating in? They believe, Ikhwan, and consider, they believe that this is the celebration of the birth of Allah Azza wa Jal. Today, they say, Allah Azza wa Jal was born. And they say that Allah Azza wa Jal had a son. وَالْعِيَاذُ بِاللَّهِ تَعَالَى اللَّهُ عَنْ ذَلِكَ عُلُوًّا كَبِيرًا. And they say that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala came down to earth that our sins may be forgiven. As though Allah Azza wa Jal was not Al-Ghafoor, Al-Rahim, Al-Rahman, Al-Afu, Al-Tawwab, before this claim of theirs manifested. And so, Ikhwan, the statement is one that is tremendously abhorrent. As Allah Azza wa Jal mentions, that they say that Allah Azza wa Jal has taken a son. لَقَدْ جِئْتُمْ شَيْئًا إِدًّا تكاد السماوات يتفطرن منه وتنشق الأرض وتخر الجبال هدا أن تدعوا للرحمن ولدا ولا ينبغي للرحمن أن يتخذ ولدا. Allah Azza wa Jal mentions that indeed the earth is about to split, the mountains to be pulverized and the sky to be cleft asunder, that you should claim that Allah Azza wa Jal has a son. This is what Allah Azza wa Jal has mentioned concerning this tremendous, abhorrent claim. And then we say, responding to their claim and to their statement, Merry Christmas. Merry celebration of this belief, this foul belief, that Allah Azza wa Jal was born and that the Son of Allah was born, and that forgiveness now began. And so we do not participate, and we do not take it lightly, Ikhwan. This is not something that we take lightly at all. We don't participate in it, we don't respond, and we use their utterances as opportunities. Somebody gives a gift, we gracefully reject, and we explain that the origin of this celebration is something that is diametrically opposed to our core belief. And so, I don't wish or mean to offend you, but this is what we believe. And then make it be a door opener to da'wah. Similarly, that you can explain the fact that the origin of the celebration of Christmas in actuality was not and is not actually the birthday of Jesus, because of the fact that they know, people of knowledge among them know that Jesus wasn't born on the 25th of December. In actuality, that which is manifest from their scriptures is that he was born towards the autumn and towards the harvest time, which wouldn't have been December. And they understand clearly that this is not something that was, or that they have any evidence for in their book, but rather this time of year is a time of year, ikhwan, that the pagans used to celebrate what was known, or they had a number of celebrations. It was known as the celebration of the winter solstice, and they had two main festivities that they would refer to as Saturnalia, and another that they would refer to as Juvenalia. Saturnalia and Juvenalia, two periods and two celebrations, ikhwan, that were filled with debauchery and filled with evil and filth. And they were the celebration in one instance of one of their gods of fertility. They would incorporate the worship of one of their gods of fertility. And when the pagans had Christianity introduced to them, this was a period, ikhwan, that they were used to celebrating, and they would not give up. Something like carnival here in Trinidad. Yani it's a fundamental part of their makeup. And so the pagan mushrikun who were interested in Christianity, the Christian, the evangelists, they decided, and the people of knowledge among them, they decided that since they enter into this time of year celebrating this pagan festivity, which was the birth of the new sun, the celebration of the birth of the new sun, because from the 21st of December onwards, the sun and the days get shorter until it reaches about the 21st or the 22nd of December, and then the days grow longer. And so they used to celebrate the birth of the new sun, they used to believe. And so what they did, what Christians did then, was exchange belief in the birth of the new sun for belief in the birth of the Son of God. Though they knew this was not when Isa was born. And in that way you could keep the pagans, they could keep their festivity and their celebration. And this is why you have activities such as kissing under the mistletoe. The mistletoe, which was a bush that had white berries that were resemblant, or that was significant and signified the fluid of men, male fluid. And so they would do more in Juvenalia and Saturnalia, much more than just kiss under it. But in Christmas, it's still incorporated into the festivity and still incorporated into the celebration. And so there are many practices that take place during Christmas that have nothing to do with Christmas. Father Christmas, Santa Claus, for example, had nothing to do with Christmas. Nothing to do with the celebration initially even. This affair of them celebrating the birth of the Son of God had no relation to the fact that Isa was born at that time even. It was just an exchange of one pagan festivity for a festivity that they imported into Christianity. And so, with all of this combination of evil, paganism on the one hand, belief in this shirkiyat on the other, then we do not in any way, shape or form celebrate Christmas. We don't participate in its celebration. We don't condone its celebration. Celebrating it is kufr. You should not allow the children to do so with the statement or with the claim that, it's just, let the kids in have fun. Rather, we do not nurture them upon shirk. And we do not nurture them upon kufr. We let them know from an early stage. And this has its origin in that which displeases Allah Azza wa Jal. We don't nurture them upon it. And so we don't accept gifts that are a part of this celebration. We do not accept food that is part and parcel of this celebration. And as we mentioned, we utilize it and we use it as an opportunity to give dawah and to call to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.